Hey, what up, YouTube? It's DX again. Hey, I just want to say thanks for all the views. Yeah, it's not that many on my last video, but still, thanks for checking it out, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Well, obviously, Flash Season 3, Episode 20 aired, and everyone on the internet was right but me. Alright, I'll admit it. I was a little wrong, but you gotta admit, it was a good theory that it could have been, that Savitar could have been Barry and Iris's son who accelerated growth from the Speed Force. Okay. It was a good theory, it was a good idea, but as we all know, it didn't pan out too well. But now I do have another theory on how Savitar came to be. And okay, I do watch the show. I love the show. And one thing that didn't click for me until Barry figured it out in the last couple of minutes of the show was when he was going through like all the different things that have been happening, and him remembering certain things certain people said, like Cisco saying this was scary precise, like he was there. Him and Caitlin talking simultaneously. And then that unseen but heard clip of 2024 Barry saying, you will create hundreds of time remnants and he will kill them all. Well, what if Savitar didn't actually kill all of Barry's time remnants? What if Savitar is a time remnant? Just like with Thong, he would have to be able to move at super fast speed to stay ahead of the Black Flash that we saw in Legends of Tomorrow, which would have to make him create that suit. Not only would it amplify his speed and keep him one step ahead of everybody and everything, but it would also keep him invisible from that Speed Force Black Flash. So, no, now that Barry knows it's a future version of himself, that's Savitar, will he put it together that it's actually not a future version, but a time remnant? Because another thing that Savitar said was, as you fall, I rise. Now, you put that together with you create time remnants and he kills them all. We know that the Flash has an incredibly fast healing factor when it comes to him getting hit or hurt or something else like that. So, what if, as Savitar is killing the time remnants, and it wouldn't even matter which one he left alive, really. I mean, he could just have fun killing all of them, except for one. And if one stays alive, but heals himself slowly, well, slower than what the Flash is normally used to, then he wouldn't realize he was a time remnant. He would think he was Barry and that something happened to his Speed Force. So as he's trying to make his way to Star Labs, he's seeing he's seeing himself as the Flash, still zipping and zooming around and everything, but at the same time, he's confused as to what's going on. Am I the real Barry? Did I die? And one of my time remnants took up my place and is masquerading around as me. It's one of those things. And again, it's just a theory. It may pan out to be true. And if it does pan out to be true, then, hopefully the writers haven't written themselves into a corner where they can't just say, oh, wait a minute, Barry realizes that it's time remnants. It's one of his time remnants that's actually savitar. Because, as we all know, a time remnant is basically like a past version or a slightly ahead version of the speedster. And the speedster can create that time remnant. And that time remnant is that speedster in every shape, way, and form. Because if you guys remember the Zoom race where they're running around the collider and everything, both flashes, as they're running, don't even talk about a plan. They just look at each other and nod. So quintessentially, that to me says the time remnant is actually a true flash. So if Barry creates time remnants to fight Savitar, and Savitar kills all the time remnants, then he wouldn't exist. So he left one alive. And I think that they will actually say, hey, it's a time remnant. So if you don't create any time remnants, then Savitar can't exist. And if he doesn't exist, then nothing that has happened will have happened. And that will be the true reset button to the flashpoint. Okay, so that kind of brings me to the whole thing with Legends of Tomorrow. I got caught up on that one, and in a way, Legends is kind of messing up everything, but at the same time, it's showing the repercussions of everything. So if Barry does not create any time remnants to fight Savitar in the episode where Iris is supposed to die, which is probably going to be the season finale of season 3, or maybe even the episode before the season finale of season 3, because they have a tendency of doing things like that, then the entire season of Legends season 2 will be completely retconned. And the reason for it being completely retconned is because in Flashpoint, Barry couldn't run back in time to stop Ian Bard or stop his past self from hurting or killing anybody. So he had to use the only speedster available with speedster powers enough to do it. And as we know, that was Ian Bard. But that created a huge imbalance, because Ian Bard didn't run out of Speed Force. Future Flash that was fighting Ian Bard, who was going to kill his mom, ran out, saving young Barry, and tried to get back to stop Ian Bard from, you know, or maybe he didn't. I don't know. But, okay, so the Flash that was fighting Ian Bard runs out of the house with his younger self, while the Flash that originally was going to go back and stop Ian Bard, but the Flash who ran out with his younger self stopped the Flash behind the door, and Ian Bard killed his mom, and he watched it and zipped out. Now, the creation of Flashpoint actually happens when the Flash who just lost his dad to Zoom comes running in and stops Ian Bard. Now, the Flash behind the door disappears. Why? Because that Flash doesn't learn his lesson. He is now the Flash that came zipping through the window and stopping Ian Bard and throwing him into the prison in Flashpoint. So after the whole Flashpoint thing happens and Barry releases Zoom, then that creates the whole time paradox where Reverse Flash is messing around with the Legion of Doom in Legends of Tomorrow. Now, you can completely reset the entire timeline with what's going on in both Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow, but not Supergirl, if Barry never creates any of his time remnants in the battle with Savitar when he's about to kill Iris. With no time remnants, that does not set up any of the causality reverse loop effects. And it'll quintessentially reset the entire timeline back to the way it was before Flashpoint. So I honestly would not be surprised if Season 4 is a complete redo like Arrow Season 5, because Arrow Season 5 just seems like it's a repeat of Season 1. You know, Barry, or not Barry, but Ollie's just got his whole Arrow thing going on, and he's recruiting a new team, and yada yada yada. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see if this theory about how Savitar was created actually pans out. So, peace. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys keep enjoying the videos. Later.